Okay, I thought I'd, hello, if this is any good. Thought I'd have a quick look at my natives. So there's a bit of swarming going on the last few days, and there was a bit of fighting. You can probably see down here on the ground, I don't know if that's very clear, there's a lot of dead little bees down here on the ground. So what they do, they grab hold of each other, and they basically don't let go until basically they both die, and usually kills quite a few bees in the colony. But it's all calmed down now. I also had a mating swarm because I had males hanging around up here on this old man's beard I've got here near my passion fruit vine. They were covered in bees. I'll put that picture in later. I just thought I'd open up here and we can have a look inside and see what's going on. So lots of bees, lots of resin. So I'll just pop this lid off, this plastic lid. So if you can have a look in here. So those little round things there, they're the little pots that have all the babies in. So that's the brood. And there's a few open cells there. And there's some extra wax in there I put in there for them just to help them out a little while ago. And there's some pollen pots down the bottom, and there's not a lot of honey in there, but there's a few honey pots down in underneath. A little hard to see. But I don't know if this is actually going very well. So that swarming could have been a mating swarm, and hopefully they requeened. So obviously mating because they're looking for the princess to mate with. So I just thought I'd show you inside that one. Normally that brood is normally covered by the involucrum. For some reason it's not. So I'm not sure if this hive is actually doing very well or not. I'll just close that back up. So fortunately most of my other ones are a little bit hard to get into to see. I'll just get all that out of there. And I might pause this for a minute and see if I can open up one of the others. But they are quite busy. Okay, put it all back together. Took the lid off this one. Now there won't be a lot in this one because this is obviously a super on the top, although there is a bee or two in there. I'll just peel this back. There's a few little bees in there. So this up here is mostly resin stores. This is what I call a series super. I got this from Nicholas Powell. He came up with the idea. Well, I don't know if it was just Nick or if it was somebody else. It was a different sort of design. And the idea is that these supers are smaller in height. As you can see, this would have a standard size super, which is quite large for the honey stores, whereas this one here has these little tiny ones. So about 30 to 45 mil. Now there is a little bit of probably see honeycomb in there. I had a bit of honeycomb wax from my honeybees, which I gave to these girls, and they've used that wax throughout their hive as well as their own resin, and they repurpose it. So they're mostly keeping resin up the top here, but as this hive gets stronger, because this was a swarm capture hive I did last year, you guys may not know. If you go back through my other videos, you'll probably find that. And there was actually an attacking swarm on my second hive, which is this one here. And what I did was I took a little bit of brood, put it into this one, and the attacking swarm moved in and took over. And it's not super busy, but it's a little bit busy. You can probably see some of the girls there in the entrance. Hopefully you can see them and it's not too blurry on that. It's not a super busy hive, but you know, it's busy enough. So yeah, so this is obviously a little bit stronger. This was the one that they were attacking originally. That was last year, or early this year I should say. And then just recently all four of these hives have had bees all around them. So like I said, there's all those dead bees on the ground. They were trying to get into the number one hive, And I've had them in this configuration for quite a while, so it's not like they just suddenly started fighting amongst themselves. It definitely was another hive trying to get in. But, I'll go over and have a look at the Carbonaria. Just a sec, and I'll pause this for a sec. I have to keep pausing because I'm on my own. Oh, before I go, there's a little resin bee. Oh, I don't know if it just left. It's floating around here. Had a little orange bottom. I think it was trying to get some resin off the front of this hive. Might have just missed it. It's a shame. Has a different. Yeah, there it is. Trying to get into the entrance there. It's just trying to grab some resin. Oh, it's gone again. So that was a little native resin bee. I'm going to put up a pollinator house to probably help them so they can lay their eggs and that in there. We need more bees, so I'll have to get the pollinator one out. I'll have to get the kids to paint it and put that one around here somewhere, probably near my little greenhouse here. Anyway, I'll pause this and we'll have a look at Carbonaria and see what's going on in the little eduction I was doing. So this is the log hive with the eduction on the front. Bees can come in and out. So I'll just open this up. Oh, a bit glary with the sun on it. Excuse me. I'll try and peel this off. I'll have a look. So, lots of wax. It did have pollen pots in it originally, but I think they've gotten rid of most of those, but they're not really ducting into this, so I may end up terminating this and just putting another box on if I decide to continue. You can see the tube there where the bees go from the log, come out into here. So, by the looks of it, I may end up disconnecting this, and I might just either put another box on and try again, or melt down this wax and resin and try and salvage that. But don't really see any real involucrum where the bees might be starting to make more babies and having a princess in here, which would be really nice, but just doesn't look that way to me. I certainly can't see any signs of that in there. Yep, got a bee in my ear. It's always a bit annoying. But yeah, it's quite soft. It's not hard. So, obviously they have a tube all the way through that, comes all the way down to the entrance down the front here. So we might end up taking this box off and letting them be. You never know, they might end up doing something with it. A couple of bees working the resin down there. Oh, there's one with a bit of rubbish it just took out. A bit of cocoon or something it just took out. Don't know if you've seen that or not. Anyway, that's pretty much where we're up to. So, yeah, thanks for coming along. It's only a short video, just a quick look around. I'll try and include the swarm after this, and we'll see how we go. There's one there with a dead larvae or something, trying to get it out. Might let that one come out through the top. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Thanks for coming along, and I'll put the swarm on after this. And this one's my most active hive. A couple going in there with pollen on their back legs. So these girls are really, really busy. So I may end up having to split this hive soon. Quite a few bees coming and going. rubbish out, bringing nectar and pollen back. This one's actually using both entrances. They seem to mostly be leaving by the bottom entrance and coming back in through the top entrance. Clever little girls, got their own like one-way traffic. Some do come back in through the bottom, but not as often. It's about 28 degrees here today, Kippering in Queensland, so it's quite warm. It's around 11ish, so you know, not quite midday. It's still going to heat up a bit more, I think. But, a couple of noisy birds. I'll have a quick look over here at the honeybees just for something to do. Well, it's mostly natives I'm interested in, but the honeybees are quite busy. Bit of a breeze. It's not super windy, but it is breezy. They're doing quite well. Yeah, mostly natives. So anyway, we'll leave that there. I'll put the swarm on, which is the first four hives over there that I showed you just before. If anyone's wondering, as I've said before, I've got these numbers on the hives. That's from Queensland University, doing a study on the native bees. The idea is basically to come out, check your native bees for approximately 3 minutes, record how many bees are coming back, how many are leaving, if they're leaving with resin on their back legs, because if they are, it means they're going to start another hive somewhere, or they could be coming in with pollen, or they could be coming in with resin, or they could be dead bees being taken out, or rubbish, or if they're swarming or fighting. And we just, you know, note down whatever we see. And yeah, it's just to get an idea on what native bees do. It's a study. There's a lot of people doing it, so it's not just myself. There's hundreds or even thousands of people doing this study. It started last year. I actually stopped for a couple of months towards the end, near September, when the study was being looked at and concluded, and they were going through all their results. And I just had been very busy with work and a few other things. I just couldn't continue it, so I have my eldest Rose doing it during the day when she's not at uni, and she comes out and checks all the bees for me, which is really good. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch up with you again next time, and I'll put on the little swarm video and maybe some pictures as well of the males roosting. Actually, I might even put them at the start of the video, but I'll put them at the end. Seeing I just mentioned it, I'll put them on the end. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now. We have ourselves a little bee swarm. If I can move around this side. Oh wow. Look, they're all over me. Have a look on the ground. I don't really see any locked together or fighting. There are a few floating around down there. There's none actually locked together fighting. It was the other day. A few down there. Not really sure if it's a mating swarm or a attacking swarm. They're not really attacking. I think there's a little confusion with some of them going into the wrong boxes. Certainly all over the place. It's not like any of the hives have really got lots of activity at the front. Yes, let me have a look at box 1 here. Okay, so there's bees in the entrance. There's definitely bees in the entrance, but they're not fighting off anybody. Same over here. They're more or less floating around the entrance. They're not really covering the entrance and fighting. So I've got a feeling this is more of a mating swarm. So I have a feeling I have a princess in one of my hives. It's probably the biggest mating swarm I've had over here. The wind's not helping them. They're blowing around everywhere. Anyway, it's only short, just a little mating swarm. Bees everywhere. Just another thing the bees do. It's definitely not a fighting swarm. And there's a few on the ground that were fighting, but it could be just drifting and going into the wrong beehive. But there's not massive amounts of bees piled up dying or anything. So yeah, pretty cool. Been doing this for about 3 or 4 days, my wife and kids have said. And at night they're roosting over on the old man's beard that's over here on the side. If we have a look, there's not really any here now obviously, but the males were all hanging on there last night. I've got some pictures I might put in there as well. Busy as a bee. Bye for now. Yeah, these are all males, so that's obviously it was a mating swarm.
Well, they from somewhere else.
They've come in and one of my princesses have hatched. They're trying to mate with a princess.
Princess? What do you mean, queen?
Well, before she becomes a queen, she's a princess.
You need to make a new room.
Now, if I do a close-up, that's that works.
I didn't know it got flowers. I didn't know old man's beard ever got flowers.
It's got little flowers on it.
Yeah,
I'm just recording my little bees. Hope I'm not too close. Couple still flying around. Oh, don't go blurry on me.
Focus.
Focus. Can't focus when it's blowing in the wind. Right, I'll zoom out again. Zooming in's obviously not working for me. Resting up for the night. I would more than likely guess we got a princess running around in one of my hives. If I can get any in here, there's a couple there. I'll take a couple of pickies.